welcome to Cooking with Carolyn. Today I have Sabrina with me. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
We are going to make succotash. Now, if you've never made succotash, here's all the things that you need. A half a cup of oil, a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of black pepper, onion, okra, and you also need some tomatoes. And that's it. And now let's make some succotash. Sabrina, may I have some oil, please?
Yes.
Pour the oil in the pan. That's about enough there. And the next thing you add is the onion. The reason you add the onion, hand me the onion. The reason that you add the onion is because it has to marry. So we're going to use about a cup. And I know it looks like a lot, but you'll see what I mean. It'll cook down. Thank you. So next thing you'll add is your seasoning. You want to add that from the beginning. So a tablespoon of salt. Thank you. And a tablespoon of black pepper. This is really easy. You're going to love it. Next you're going to do is you're going to stir it up while it cooks. Now the onion's going to cook down and you'll see what they look like when they start to marry. They'll get a little transparent, but it's all just fine. You need the onion to marry so you can have that flavor start making that juice inside the pan before you start adding the okra. And when we do add the okra, it'll only be a few minutes because you don't want it slimy. And that's the biggest problem people have with okra. And once we add the okra, it'll only be in there like maybe a minute or two, and we add the tomatoes and the whole thing should be wrapped up in about 15 minutes. So while we get this started, we're going to go to a nutritional value over our onions with Dr. Curtis V. Smith. See you in a minute.
Onions are very nutrient dense. Green onions especially are nutrient dense. They have a lot of B vitamins, a lot of minerals, a lot of water actually, and they also have a lot of fiber. Fiber is a very healthy aspect when considering a food choice. So fiber is really high in green onions. Secondly, in red onions. Red onions are also very nutrient dense. Leeks are near the onion family. And then finally your yellow and your white onions are also very nutrient dense compared to foods that aren't plants, but not as nutrient dense as the green onion that reigns supreme nutritionally.
Now, the next thing you want to do is after the onion has married is you want to add the okra. Let me have some of the okra. Now, the reason you want to add the okra at this point is because you want just to fry just a little bit. You want it to marry with the onion so the flavor can go all through the okra. Now, you don't want it to cook too long because the whole purpose of making the succotash and what I'm showing you today is a way of making it where you can eat okra and it's not slimy. So these points and the way we're making it is very important. So remember the 3 steps. Now, once we add the okra, we just let this cook down just about maybe 5 minutes at the most. So it can start, getting that flavor through there, the onion. Okra is a superfood. And it's really, really good when you can cook it where you can make it where it's not slimy. As you can see, not slimy. So just let that cook down a little bit. Sabrina, why don't you hand me a little bit more important here real quick. We're adding more because we can. And we're going to cook it all. Uh-oh.
I must say it does smell delicious. Okay.
It's always good to have help. Thank you. All right, we're just going to let this cook down. And this lime color green will turn into a dark green. That's when you know Well, actually, it'll kind of be a funny off color green, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's ready. And then you'll know how much to let it cook down. But the best thing is to just stick with your timer. 5 minutes tops, okay? Now, as you can see, the okra has a different type of color to it. That's the color you should have when you're ready to add your tomatoes. So, Sabrina, would you pour the tomatoes in here? Just kind of pour it around as I stir it. Nice and slow, pretty good. Great. So, what we're doing is adding some of the tomatoes and stir a little bit, and then we'll add a little bit more. Because you don't want to overwhelm your skillet. And you want to keep everything nice and smooth. The best thing about okra is because it has like these little seeds and it has like these little tunnels, and the tomatoes start going in there and it just start making this natural juice that's just unbelievable.
Yes. That's good.
So, I'm going to have Sabrina add a little bit more. I'm going to just cook it down a little bit. Perfect, perfect. Just a
Would you
little
like
bit
more?
Yeah, pour it all in there.
All
We're
right.
gonna load this puppy up.
All right.
Now, you just stir it up. And this is pretty much it, because all you have to do after this is just let it kind of cook down a little bit together and let the juices and the tomatoes do their thing. Go right through these little okra holes. Wow, it's amazing. So we're just going to put this back on the fire and we're going to let it cook down. We're going to cover it up. And we're going to cover it up, and 10 minutes, it'll be all done. We'll show you the finished product. This is the final product of the base of succotash. Anytime you make a succotash, you can add anything. You can add corn, which we will do later in the season. You can add bacon. Some people add lima beans, which is one of the original recipes. But I like to make just the regular base and then add to it as the year go on and teach you all kind of fun ways of making succotash, because it's really up to you how you want to make yours. Now, what I want to show you is, as you can see, it drops. No slime, just juice.
That
Woo!
smells and look amazing.
And it's, wow. I wish you could smell it. It's, yeah, this is succotash. So, if you can make succotash and if you can make okra like this where it's not slimy, your family can eat it, your kids will like it, and I think you will too. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the garden and we're going to pick some lettuce so we can make a fresh salad with a homemade vinaigrette. And you're going to love that. So Sabrina, are you ready to make the salad?
Yes, I am.
Okay, today we're going to make a fresh salad right off campus garden here. We went out and we picked this nice crisp green lettuce, and we have some brown tomatoes. We have a Caesar dressing. We have apple cider. We have green onion, fresh out the garden. A teaspoon of black pepper. Teaspoon of salt. Some lemon thyme out the garden. Gotta kick it off. And an edible marigold flower. So, you ready to get started?
Yes, let's get started.
By the way, we do have some oil as our base for our dressing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our dressing.
Okay.
So, Sabrina, just so you can see how crisp lettuce is, I'm going to have you grab the Caesars.
Okay.
And then go ahead and add the apple cider. Apple cider is very good for you. I recommend you have at least a big squig every day. Okay. And kind of mix that up. While she's mixing that up, I'm going to add the salt. Next, I'm going to add the black pepper. Next, I'm going to add the green onion. You might wonder why we're adding green onion to the dressing. It's because we want the onion flavor to go straight into the dressing. And we're also going to add the lemon thyme to the dressing. And anytime you're pulling off lemon thyme, you want to go against the grain. So you want to go this way and pull it, and pull it, and pull it. Just kind of let the leaves fall in there. Break them up. One stem should do.
I really like the consistency. This smells amazing.
Yes, it does.
And how long would you like for me to stir? What would you be looking for?
That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good right there. Okay, now go ahead and set that down. The next thing we're going to do is grab the tomatoes, and we're going to add just a few of these. These are brown tomatoes. They're extra sweet, and you normally can't buy them at the grocery store. So it's best you grow your own. You just kind of want to sprinkle and get some of that juice, natural juice down there over the lettuce. And these tomatoes are just diced, just simply diced, nothing fancy, okay? A little juice. Nothing like fresh tomatoes. That season is coming up.
Yes.
And then this right here is a marigold flower. And a lot of people do not know that 1/3 of most flowers are edible. The rest are toxins. So you might want to do some research or tune in to Cooking with Carolyn.
Wow, that's nice.
So all you do is you take the end off, and they look so pretty. So I'm gonna give you some, and I'm gonna sprinkle first, and I'll show you how to sprinkle.
Alright.
So all you're gonna do is kind of move them up in your hand, and you hold up a little bit away from the salad. You just sprinkle the little marigold beautiful flowers all over. Now you try. That's good.
This is very beautiful. And I bet it's very tasty as well.
Yes. So the last thing, now that Sabrina has mixed this up real good, why don't we add the rest of that apple cider? Make it a little bit thinner. And you're just going to pour this all over the salad evenly. Start around the edges and work your way to the middle. And you want it all. And this, you guys, is a green leaf edible Caesar vinaigrette salad. You ready to try?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And let's grab some salad. Just kind of mix it up a little bit here. Get some of these tomatoes and these
So
edible
beautiful.
flowers.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
beautiful.
Grab some here for me. I want you to tell me what you think when you try the edible flowers.
Okay.
The flavor that you get out of them. Because a lot of
Yes.
people might not know exactly what edible flowers taste like. But I can tell you how great they are for you and what nutritional value that you get out of those. And some things you won't just learn from a book.
Yeah.
My grandmother be 99 in July 31st. And sometimes, you know, some things just have to be passed down during the generations.
That's nice.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mmm. Wow.
Taste those tomatoes
This is amazing.
going through that okra.
Mm.
Nice and
The
soft.
onions.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is beautiful.
Not slimy.
Not.
Let's try the salad with that dressing.
Oh my goodness. I can taste the thyme. The dressing is wonderful. The nice consistency. The tomatoes are awesome.
Every time I make
This
a
is
homemade
beautiful.
vinaigrette, I always add something different. There's Caesar in there with that vinaigrette, a little bit of salt, pepper,
Who would ever think that just something so simple, the process, the steps, and to have this consistency, this is amazing.
Thank you. It's good. Nice and simple. Very limited ingredients. You don't have to do a lot.
And it's fresh.
Yeah. To get a lot out of nice, healthy food.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining us today.
For providing this. This is
Join us next time. We'll have smothered potatoes. Because remember, our theme is onions this month. And we're going to make another salad with a different vinaigrette.
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
Yes.
You coming back?
I'm coming back. Most
come back too.
I'm staying.
Thank you for joining me.